Hello everyone, it's appleminte and welcome back again to my channel. If you're new here and like art related videos, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. So for this week's video, I wanted to do another draw this again video, and I haven't done this in a little while. I feel like I say that every now and then, but I really wanted to redraw one of my old artworks. And as I was flipping through my old DeviantArt account, which is still online and you can find it, but my artwork is kind of scary and not good. As I was flipping through, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to redraw, and I came across this elf girl that I did back in 2011, and at the time I was really proud of it. I liked the detail, and looking back, I actually don't think it's a bad drawing. I think it's one of my better ones for being an older drawing. But I really like it, and I liked the design, I liked the dress, and she's no character specifically, but I just kind of wanted to recreate this in my style now and see how it's changed. I didn't give her the exact same expression as she had back then in that old drawing. I kind of changed that just a little bit. My goal is to try and stay as close to the original as possible in terms of like a pose and the details on the outfits and, you know, the hair, everything about the character. I try to stay pretty similar. My goal with these is to just kind of see how my style evolves over the years. So it's not really to create a whole new, reimagine the character, but it's to redraw it and see how I've evolved over the years. So this is a span of about 7 years now, which does not feel like that long, because honestly I still remember when I drew this this picture, and I really liked it back then. Like I said, I thought it was really good, and I still like it now. I like the dress a lot. That's my favorite part, is the ruffles and the detailing in the dress. So as you can see, I'm just doing a sketch here, and I unfortunately didn't get the whole sketch on camera because there were some parts that I was trying to fix and then I forgot to turn the camera back on, so I got most of it here, but I didn't finish filming it. But these types of bangs, these like straight bangs, always get me when I'm drawing because I don't know what it is about them. I can never get them to be, like, sometimes I want them to be straight across. I can never get them to be straight across because they're always a little jagged, and then if I want them to be like a little jagged, then I make them really flat and straight. Like, I don't know what it is. I can never get them right, and I felt like that's what happened here a little, but I just went with it. I was like, whatever, just go with it. Yeah, so here you can see it just kind of jumped to like, oh, okay, it's finished now, right? Somehow I forgot to keep filming that part, sorry. But yeah, the coloring is the part that I enjoy the most. So yeah, I tried to pick colors that were pretty similar to what I did back then. I believe I didn't have any Copic markers when I drew this back then. If I did, I had just like the basic skin tone set. I think that was a set of like 8 markers, and I believe I've talked about it in the past in an old video of mine. But yeah, it had like just some peaches, some browns, and then like some pinks. So if I used it on the face, that would have been it. But in terms of the dress, I had used Prismacolor pencils, and that was like my go-to back in the day, was those Prismacolor pencils, because Copics are expensive. And Copics, like, now I know there's other brands that you can buy, which are still a little pricey, but Copics are like the most expensive, and back then I was all about Copic. I was like, that is the brand, like everybody uses Copics, right? So if I couldn't have Copics, I was like, all right, if I can't afford those, I don't want any markers. So that's why I just kind of went ahead with the Prismacolor pencils, which were also kind of pricey at the time. Now they've kind of gone down in price a little, and you can buy like bigger sets for a little cheaper than you used to be able to, but I used to like those a lot. So, but that's going to be a difference in the coloring of this drawing versus that one. Just the different materials make it look a little different in terms of like the pencil's a little more grainy on the paper, whereas this is going to be a little smoother with my Copics. Another thing that I decided to do with the coloring here is try something that I don't actually normally do, and so what I did was, as you can see, I'm using the black Copic for the hair. Normally if I'm coloring black hair, I will use dark grays and maybe shade some parts with the black Copic marker, but I typically don't like using this black marker just because it's way too dark and you can't shade anymore. So I was originally going to go in with my charcoal color. However, what I decided to do was, you know, why don't I go with kind of like an inky look? So I went ahead and I used just the black marker, and I decided I'd leave some spaces white to kind of show the shine. And I actually really like my decision to do this. It's different and it's not what I normally do, like I said, but I figured if I'm redrawing this, I want to try something new techniques, you know, things like that. So that's why I went ahead and I used this coloring style. I guess, I don't know if you can call it a coloring style. And I did use the lighter gray. Well, it's C7, so it's cool gray number 7. I did use that a little bit for some parts, but like very rarely. I mostly stuck to just black and then a white gel pen. So that's what I did with the hair, and I really like ringlet curls, and that's what I have at the bottom of her hair. So it makes it look really bouncy and fun, and I always liked to draw that. And like back in the day, I drew a bunch of characters who had ringlet curls, and my OC, one of my OCs, like that was her hairstyle. It was like 2 ringlet curls on the side of her head, and I really liked it. So I haven't drawn them in a while, and so drawing this really brought me back to like my early drawing career? Not a career, it wasn't a career, it was me drawing for fun, but my early drawing times. So yeah, this drawing was like bringing me back. That's one thing about these draw this again videos or challenges, whatever you want to call them, is that like it really brings back the nostalgia and the memories. As I was doing this, I was like, I remember myself like 7 years ago sitting down and drawing this and being so proud of it and impressed with myself. So that's what's cool about these things. Not only to see how you've changed over the years, but also just like bring your memories back and like just put yourself in the position where you were then and kind of see how far you've come. So maybe I'm getting really cheesy right now, but I thought that was an interesting thing, so I just wanted to share that. Now the dress was actually again my favorite part in the old one, and here again I really liked it. I honestly had a lot of fun coloring it, and I definitely noticed a difference in my coloring style. Like I said, for the older drawing I used Prismacolor pencils on the dress. So with colored pencils it's a little easier to get different gradients with just one pencil, whereas with a marker like a Copic marker, it's kind of difficult. You can only get so much variation with just one marker. You can layer colors with Copic markers. You can layer the same color and make it darker in some areas, but it's never going to have you can only go so light, if you get what I'm saying. The lighter you press with the pencil, the lighter the color will be. So with this, now that I have more markers in my marker case, I was able to use a total of, I think I used 3 or maybe 4 reds, and so I was really able to get the nice smooth gradients with the markers. And this was something I did not know how to do years ago. I was really bad at shading years ago. Like when I got my first Copic colors, I would like use just 2. I would use like maybe like say I was using green, I'd use a light green and a dark green, and that was like it. Now that I have a few more colors, I also understand like you can use yellow and then the 2 greens. It doesn't have to be just the greens. Like you can give your drawings a little more depth by using different colors. I just noticed while I was doing this how my coloring skill and technique has changed a bit, and so I'm pretty pleased with that. I think I still have a bit to go and some more things to learn. Real quick before I finish drawing this, I also want to make another announcement. I know I said this in a past video, but just want to remind you guys, I have an Etsy store, brand new for the past like 2 weeks, and I'm really excited about it. The link is in my description below, and it's also going to pop up on this video at some point, so please check it out. I would really appreciate it. I am in the process of making some more products to go into my shop and more artwork, so please check it out. I do update it. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks. So guys, that was my Draw This Again challenge. If you guys noticed the same difference that I noticed, not only just in the eyes, but in terms of my coloring ability and style, if you guys noticed the difference from 2011 to 2018, or maybe it's just me, I don't know. But let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know which version you like better, whether you prefer the old drawing or the new drawing. I'm curious. Because like I said, I still like the old one. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's different. So let me know. So yeah, until my next video, thank you so much for watching. As I said before, my Etsy store link is in the description below, along with my Instagram and all my other links. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye!